Hi, I'm Josie, the autoimmune expert, and welcome to my channel, The Autoimmune Tipping Point. Now, today we're going to be diving into MS, known as multiple sclerosis. We're going to be answering that important question: is MS hereditary? Now, before we get started, I want to share a little bit about my MS journey with you so you can know that this is a topic very near and dear to my heart. MS was one of the autoimmune diseases that I had when I had my autoimmune diseases in my teens and 20s. And for me, it was the scariest one that I had. It really was my wake up call for me to realize, Josie, what you're doing for your autoimmune diseases is not working. Because when I started getting those pins and needles feeling, when I started to lose, the mobility in my tongue and had a hard time making words, and parts of my body would go numb, I mean, I was in complete shock and really denial, if I'm honest. At the age of 28, I started to wonder. I started to wonder if my life was going to be over much sooner than I had ever anticipated. I still remember how scary that was. And I had aunts who had died after battling MS, and I saw them in their wheelchairs growing up, and I just felt so defeated, thinking that this was going to be me. And with that MS diagnosis, it just felt like every last bit of dream of a future that I wanted to have just got flushed down the toilet. And thankfully, though, it was that gave me the wake up call. I mean, getting MS, to realize that I needed to do something different. And I want you to know that I'm 8 years completely healthy of MS and all autoimmune diseases. I no longer have them. I'm not in remission. My immune system is back to normal. And I want you to know that you can permanently resolve your MS too, without supplements, without medication, and without food protocols. You have everything you need in you to do so. And I'll be talking with you about exactly what I did to permanently heal and resolve my MS at the end of this video. So let's get started. And before we dive into that question about is MS hereditary, we first want to explore what is multiple sclerosis. This is really important. We need to know first that MS is an autoimmune disease. And an autoimmune disease is a condition in which your body's immune system has become dysregulated and is mistakenly attacking the very tissues and organs it was designed to protect. And in MS, your dysregulated immune system is mistakenly attacking the myelin coating of the nerves of your brain and spinal cord. There's an estimated 1 million Americans in the US who have MS, and women are 3 times more likely to develop MS than men. Now, let's get to our question: is MS hereditary? And this is important because I remember when I had MS, I wanted to know, why did I get it? And I looked to my genetics. I looked to the generations before me in my family who had developed MS. And I wondered, was there a link? Is it hereditary? What I'm going to share with you is from the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. And they say that MS is not an inherited disease, meaning hereditary. It is not passed down generation to generation. Researchers have identified about 200 genes each that contribute a small amount to the overall risk of developing MS. And they go on to say that the cause of MS is not known, but it is believed that genetic susceptibility, infectious disease, and environmental factors combine to trigger the disease. First of all, that's very scary. If we take a moment and stop, that the very doctors and researchers who've made it their life mission to study MS do not know the cause. And I also want to share with you that what they say that could be the triggers, again, that genetic susceptibility, infectious disease, environmental factors, you're going to find in just a moment that's not the true cause of MS. Let's go into what's the real cause of multiple sclerosis. If it's not genetic components, environmental factors, what is it? And it goes back to our original definition of an autoimmune disease. Remember, MS is an autoimmune disease. An autoimmune disease is a dysregulated immune system that is attacking the tissues and organs. In the case of MS, that myelin coating of the nerves. The answer, the solution for the true cause of MS is right there. It's right in front of us. It's the one thing, though, that the doctors and scientists and researchers just can't see. The cause of MS, as all autoimmune diseases, it's our dysregulated immune system, period. So whether you have MS and other autoimmune diseases like I did, maybe you also have lupus or Hashimoto's or fibromyalgia. They're all coming from the exact same origin, the dysregulated immune system. Names of the autoimmune diseases are just a different organ or tissue that the dysregulated immune system is attacking. Why that is so groundbreaking is because it allows us to realize that the true cause or the root cause of MS is not and can never be then the leaky gut or Epstein-Barr virus or our genetics or environmental toxins or bacteria, antigens, pathogens. It is simply, singularly, the dysregulated immune system. And here's the thing. Our doctors, both Western and alternative and functional, are trying to treat our MS or other autoimmune diseases with prescription medications, supplements, or food protocols. But no supplement, no medication, no food protocol will ever make our immune system become regulated again and go back to normal functioning. None of those methods, which are called symptom management, will ever again make the immune system return to normal, meaning they will never resolve an autoimmune disease. I did not know this when I went down the pathway of both Western, alternative, and functional medicine for my autoimmune diseases, including MS. Symptom management is a massive problem when it comes to autoimmune because there's no way to permanently resolve an autoimmune disease using symptom management. And to learn more about the harsh truth about symptom management and why it will never resolve your MS, watch my free master course. We dive right into symptom management, and you're going to learn the things I wish someone would have told me sooner. Now, let's get to the real solution. As we've identified here, the singular problem with MS, the singular problem is the dysregulated immune system. So how do you get your immune system regulated and permanently resolve MS without supplements, without food protocols, without medication? We first have to understand, why is the immune system dysregulated in the first place? Now, this is incredibly important. Suppressed emotional stress weakens the immune system and causes your body to get stuck in the sympathetic nervous system in a state of fight or flight. And this is really important. Stuck in fight or flight, this is where your immune system, again, became weakened, overactive, and started attacking the myelin coating of your nerves, resulting in MS. And so stuck in this state, the body cannot heal and self-repair. In order to heal and self-repair, and this is really important, you must simply turn off your fight or flight mechanism. That is the solution to permanently resolving MS. When you turn off your fight or flight mechanism, your body is able to exit out of that sympathetic nervous system into the parasympathetic nervous system, where it regains its adaptive state of homeostasis again. In homeostasis, your immune system becomes regulated again. It stops attacking the myelin coating of your nerves, and as a result, MS permanently resolves, as do those symptoms that we have when we have MS, such as the pins and needles feeling, the tingling, the mobility issues, that brain fog, and that body pain, just to name a few of those symptoms. They all naturally resolve, as does MS, by simply turning off the fight or flight mechanism. And so to learn how to turn off your fight or flight, just like I have, and again, permanently heal your MS, watch my free master course. In this master course, you're going to learn the answers to the key questions that I know I had when I had MS, which is, number one, why did you get MS? Number two, why are all the things you've tried not worked to permanently resolve your MS? Three, why does Western, alternative, and functional medicine have autoimmune and MS all wrong? And most importantly, you're going to learn how to simply turn off your fight or flight mechanism, move from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system, and permanently resolve your multiple sclerosis and your symptoms. So I look forward to joining you in that master course. And thank you so much for being here. As you can tell, I am passionate about autoimmune, in particular MS. I know what it was like to be diagnosed, and I know the fear that I had of the life that I felt was slipping away. And I want you to know that you can regain not just your health back, you can regain your life back. And that's what I'm here for, to offer you a pathway that we don't know exists out there. And I know it's there because I've walked it. And I want you to be autoimmune free, just like I have been. And I'm so thankful that you are here in my channel. And I look forward to your full healing as well. Thanks so much for joining me.